Who the f is you?
My bad. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the boogeyman. Kid that got shot. Jason. You know, the basketball player. What can you tell me?
I mean, his mother's good people, too.
Yeah. Yes, she is. Yeah, I'd really like to know what happened. So do me a favor and put the word out for me, will you?
Anything that comes in, I'll be sure to get a hold of you right away.
All right. Yeah. Appreciate you. Because I want to know about that kid, the basketball player.
Would you know this kid or something?
Don't need to. That shit's bad for business.
All right, let me ask around.
I appreciate that. See lots of things.
Hey, Reg.
Oh. Tell this fool what happened to the last man who pointed a gun at me.
Put it down, Reg. Go back to Cuba, old man.
You know, you never got back to me about what I asked. That basketball player that got shot right over there. There used to be a time when an athlete got a pass in this neighborhood. I remember when you were down at that little ghetto car wash, shining old man's wheels and who knows what else. Get the f off my lawn before I have my bitch Evangeline here take a chunk out of all your asses.
What y'all looking at?
I can't lie. I like him a little crazy.
Yeah, well, you'll grow out of that, trust me. So how long you been working for my brother?
About 6 months.
And?
He's coming to me with these sayings. Anything worth having doesn't
come easy. Yeah, I know. I watch Sonny bust his ass day after day, and he can still barely get by. Emmett, do you know what I do?
You hustle.
Oh, Emmett, I don't hustle. I run shit. I used to run all of this shit around here. You know who that is?
Yeah, it's Trash.
You scared of him?
No.
I want you to take this and give it to him. It's okay. Go on, take it. You earned it.
About early, I'm not a...
You know what's gonna say on your gravestone? If you were a good parent and how long you lived. The rest is forgotten. Negro, you are disposable.
Is there a point to all of this?
Yes, a cop. You know, the one I saw Trice with? You are going to have to decide, you know, one way or another, which way you're gonna roll. What's your name, little man?
Jake.
Jake. Jake, and I'll bet that you would be Reggie's little brother, right? Toss that in this thing for me. You go places. All you need to do is keep him out of trouble and alive. Are you suddenly remembering anything?
Some dude named Wallace.
Wallace. How about the kid, the basketball player? You remember anything about him?
Ain't nobody said shit about that.
Okay. You keep that between us. Stay healthy, little man.
My boy Coogie ain't kill your son. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
How do you want to do this?
My mother needs to be able to look at me after.
Okay. I spoke with your friend, Wallace. He told me you were the one who shot my boy.
Hey, look.
Hey, let me call you. Let me call you back.
Who you with?
Nobody. I swear. Look, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing.
Who said anything about seeing something?
I had no choice. Go on. Finish it. Go on. Take a look if you want. It's all taken care of. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, Tracy. I'm sorry.
What you doing here?
I came back to finish what I started. You owe us 20% of every dollar you make. You. Do we have a deal? I can't hear you now. And it felt good, didn't it? Huh? Just like old times. The next time, I'm gonna need you to be a hell of a lot quicker on the draw. Almost had to kill that boy with my bare hands.
You moving money out of Rock?
Of course not.
Then it's Q.
I figured out.
You don't have a choice.
Me?
You bought this man in my door, now he's robbing me. You don't got a choice but to figure it out.
I kill Q, take Neck under my wing, find a kid to be my eyes on the street, get Victor into city council, and then I have eyes everywhere.
You're sounding a lot like your old self lately.
Maybe that's who I am. I'm gonna put that old mother of his misery.
He's my son's father, Otis.
Yeah, but your son's gone. No, I'm sorry.
I want you to go.
You're early, young blood. Any reason you wanted to get there so quick? I always knew that you wasn't shit.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love the Shy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about the Shy Season 5, and we're going to be talking about your boy, Q, the OG from Season 1. He came back in Season 5, and man, it was crazy to see him go. I didn't want to see him go. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I wanted to see more of his character, but he gave us a lot of memories, especially if you're an OG, the Shy fan. You already know what he brought to the table in Season 1. And he was one of those characters where each season, all the fans asked, where did Q go? Is Q alive? People wanted to see him. He showed up in Season 5 and he set the tone. That first episode, man, he set the tone for the season and he dominated. And it's crazy when you just go back and you watch Season 1 and seeing just how much of an impact that he had on that season. I mean, his whole thing was finding out who killed his son, Jason. And this is what the show started out on. It was the ripple effect of, you know, Jason dying, right? And we saw a lot of different outcomes of Jason dying. But when Q came back into town from Cuba, the mission was to find out who took out his son. And that's exactly what he did. And, you know, the way that he did it, man, it was cold. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was cold. That's why I put those clips in there at the very beginning, just to show you some of the things that he did in Season 1. I mean, he was willing to recruit Emmett, and y'all saw how he had Emmett, and y'all saw what he told Emmett, that, you know, stay away from those crazy girls. Eventually, you're going to get over it. And as we can see right now, that's exactly what Emmett is doing. He's getting over Tiffany, right? He is trying to have a more calm relationship with Keisha, but just to see how each of those characters grew. Even Jake, that scene with Reg, Jake, and Q in that kitchen, that's a crazy scene right there. I mean, he really made it seem like he was about to do something to Jake, And Jake knew it was bad news when he walked into that kitchen. He knew it was, but Q didn't give a damn. Q was willing to do whatever it took to get Reg to open up and tell him the information he needed to know about Wallace, right? And he was able to recruit Reg to take down Trice. I mean, it was a perfect game plan. It was a perfect game plan, as he told Tracy. Jason was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And after season 1, him coming back into town, trying to get things to go back the way they used to be, he ended up leaving. We did not see Q's character until season 5, of course. And that's exactly what he was trying to do, go back to the old way. We didn't really see too much of Q, but we knew Duda had a problem with him. They established that earlier on in the season. And as I predicted, I had a feeling that Q was going to be taken out by Duda. And that's exactly what he did. And apparently he had a gambling problem, right? And that was enough, along with taking money out of Rock, taking that money and using it for his own personal gain. That was enough for Duda to say, you know what? I'm going to take him out. And to be honest, all Duda was looking for was a reason. He wanted to take Q out in the first place because he was tired of taking orders from him. And, he wanted to do things the way he wanted to do. And he felt like Q was in his way. But I do appreciate Steven Williams coming back for the fans, coming back to give us just a little bit of that old school, The Chi season 1 vibe. I'm glad that he did come back. Like I told you guys, I wanted to see more of his character, but I'll take what we got. And, I'm ready to see what's going to happen next. We know Emmett has made a deal with Duda, and I got a feeling similar to season 1 because Emmett knew what time it was when he was having those conversations with Q, hanging out with him. He knew what Q was all about. And it's quite obvious he knows exactly what Duda is all about, but Emmett is willing to take that risk. Similar to Brandon when he took that risk and he was messing around with Duda. We know it didn't end well for Brandon's character, right? So what's going to happen with Emmett and Duda? And remember, Rob, Q is Rob's uncle. So what's going to happen when Rob figures out the truth? We know what's going to happen. We know Rob's going to find out what Duda did to his uncle. And even though Nuck If You Buck told Duda that Rob and Q wasn't really close, I got a feeling that's not the case. Just because you didn't see them, having conversations and, I guess bond together, you didn't see those things, does not mean he didn't care for his uncle and he's not going to try to get payback. And also his brother Sonny, because Q loved his brother. Even though they got into it every now and then, that was his boy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting Sonny to be pissed off and probably want to know what happened to his brother as well. And we haven't seen Sonny in a while, right? And since they're bringing back old characters, hopefully we get the return of Sonny in season 6. But you guys let me know if you think that's going to happen and how you see it all playing out. And you guys let me know, how did you feel about Q returning for season 5? Like I told you, he set that tone for the very beginning of the season. He had a lot of old school fans coming back watching the show just because they saw him. And as I told y'all on my episode 10 recap, I hope the theme of season 6 is war. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a lot of action popping off, especially after what just happened to Q. We know Duda recruited Bakari. He got Nuck If You Buck on his side. He recruited Emmett, and he's still doing business with Rob. I see a lot of, consequences coming his way, a lot of negative consequences. So that's why I'm expecting, people to seek revenge in this next upcoming season. And if you go back to season 1, did you see the vibes of season 1? You know what I'm saying? What a legendary season. Season 1 and 2, of The Chi was crazy, man. It was crazy. And I'm hoping in season 6, we can get a tad bit of that rawness that we got in the first 2 seasons. Because they weren't playing around, man. They definitely was not playing around. And I'm just hoping we get a little bit of that in this next upcoming season, as well as some more old school characters coming back. But today we are remembering Q. This was a guy that came back to seek revenge and find out what happened to his son, Jason. Tracy didn't like him at all, but she didn't want to see him go. You know what I'm saying? She did not want to see him go, regardless of their history and what happened between the two. But Duda said, screw all that. I got to take out the old man. He got to get up out of here. And I cannot wait to see the ripple effect of what's going to happen after the event of season 5. But I want to thank you guys for all the love, all the support. I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.